morning students, welcome to you all, 12th standard commerce. In this video, we are going to discuss Unit 10 Company Law and Secretarial Practice, Chapter 27 Company Management. So last video we discussed introduction of company management, meaning and definition of directors and who are the key managerial personnel of company. So today topic, Board of Directors. Board of Directors, composition of the Board of Directors. General optimum combination, when the non-executive director is a chairperson, when the non-executive chairperson is a promoter or is related to the any partner or person occupying the management positions at the level of Board of Director or at one level below the Board of Directors. The next, whole-time director, managing director, executive director, non-executive director, and what is the difference between executive director and non-executive director. So we will see one by one. First, what do you mean by Board of Directors? So Board of Directors, so who are called Board of Directors? The Board of Directors or the board of group of people who are jointly oversee the activities of company, that person is called a Board of Directors. So the shareholders of public company choose the members of the Board of Directors. So they should represent the interest of the management. So the governing board of a company incorporated under Companies Act called a board. It is a group of individuals called directors elected to represent the views of shareholders of a public limited company and to manage the company affairs by establishing the policies and implementing them to achieve the goal. So Board of Directors, and second, the Board of Directors or the board of the group of people who jointly oversee the company activities. So for profit business or non-profit organization and government agencies have a Board of Directors. So the shareholders of the public company only choose the members of Board of Directors. They should represent the interest of the management. Then whatever policies established, they have to implement, they have to achieve the goal. They are governing body. The Board of Directors is a governing body. So they have to take major decision to lead into the companies in right way. Okay. So in general, Board of is empowered to set the policies. Whatever powers the Board of Directors have means, first one, set the policies. Second one, restructure the objectives of the company, evaluate the performance of managing director and senior executives, and exercise overall directions. So all the directions part, everything done by the director. Adopt by laws. Adopt by laws means adopt the memorandum of association and articles of association, like that. Then determine and pay the dividend. So they have to decide the dividend, how much dividends will decide. The next one, issue the additional shares. So in general, the board is responsible for assisting the company in setting broad goals, supporting the management, ensuring the adequate resources available in the company and its utilization. So utilizations in company is setting the broad goals, supporting the management, ensuring the adequate resources available in the company. So next one, composition of the Board of Directors. So first one, general optimum combination. So Board of Directors shall have an optimum combination of executive and non-executive directors with at least one woman director and not less than 50% of the Board of Directors shall comprise of non-executive directors. So what they is trying to say, one woman director must be this not less than 50% Board of Directors should be non-executive director. Both combination, executive or non-executive, will be present in the Board of Director team, that is called. Okay. So next one, second, when the non-executive director is the chairperson. So in this case, at least 1/3 of the Board of Directors shall comprise of independent directors, and where the company does not have a regular non-executive chairperson, at least half of the board directors shall comprise in independent directors. So one third of directors must be independent directors. Then if there is no regular or non-executive chairperson, at least half of the board of directors must be independent directors. The next one, third point, when the non-executive chairperson is a promoter or is related to any promoter or person occupying management positions at the level of board of directors or at one level below the board of directors. So when the non-executive chairperson is a promoter, so who is called promoter? You all know that. Who is gets a new idea to promoting the business or start a company, that person is called a promoter. So here when a non-executive chairperson is a promoter of the company or person occupying management position at the level of board of directors. So or here very closer to the company. Next one, at one level below the board of directors. So or very closer to the company or any one of the person working as a managing director of the position. The next one level below of the director. So he is a chairperson. So in this case, at least one of the board of directors of the company shall consist of independent directors. So a director is appointed to the board of directors of company. Such directors have a different role to attain the goal of the company. So according to their role, they are differently classified in accordance with the provision of Companies Act 2013. So then if they are the chairperson, is many options. So they have one in occupying as a chairperson. So non-executive chairpersons. So then one half of the board of directors of the shall consist of independent directors. So these are all the conditions created by the Companies Act. Companies Act 2013. So in the Companies Act 2013, what it say? Who can be the board of directors, chairperson, everything clearly mentioned in the Companies Act 2013. So a director, different types of directors are appointed by the board of directors. So each and every one will have a role to play. So according to their role, they are differently classified with the according to the Companies Act 2013. So next we are going to discuss whole-time director. So a director is one who devotes whole of his time of working hours to the company and has a significant personal interest in the company as a sources of his income. So whole time, who is called a whole time director? So whole time director, that person, he devotes whole time of his company, full and full he is working as a welfare of the company and the interest of the company. So that person is called a whole time director. So for that he get income. So he is working effective in company is whole time. That person is called a whole time director. Next one, managing director. A director is one who is employed by the company and has substantial powers of management over the affairs of the company, subject to superintendent's direction and control of the board. So who is called managing director? So managing director is a employee. He is an employee of the company. He is employed by the company. So more power given to him and control also given to him. So control over the business activities. So the managing directors only control the business activities. All the area he get power to supervise, he get to power to get the direct, and he get power to control. So that person is called a managing director. Next one, executive director. An executive director is a chief executive officer or managing director of organization, company or corporation. So any company or organization or corporation, executive director is a chief executive officer. Okay. So who is responsible for making the decision to complete the mission and for the success of the organization in the globalized business world? Or the title of president or chief executive officer is used to instead of managing director. So executive officer, as executive director, he gets power to take the decision like managing director. So next, what is the goal of the organization? To achieve the goal, what has to be done? what are the decisions to be taken, all the parts done by the executive director. In the globalized business world, the title of the president or of chief executive officer is used instead of managing director. So before, all the terms all tells the only managing directors, but now managing directors classified the different term, that is executive officer, chief executive officers. Chief executive officer is only president of the company. Next one, non-executive director. A non-executive director typically does not engage in the day-to-day management of the organization. Compared to the executive director participates in the day-to-day activities of the company, but non-executive director, he will work for the policy making and planning the exercise. So these are all done by the non-executive directors. But it is the non-executive directors only involved in the policies and planning exercises. In addition, non-executive directors' responsibilities include the monitoring of the executive directors and acting in the interest of the company stakeholders. So a non-executive director forming and concentrate only the policy and planning exercise, so the company efficiency, and he will look after the activities of the director who is managing the company. So whether the management is running in the proper manner, so that all the things are he will only monitor. Who? The non-executive director. Next one, difference between executive and non-executive director. So an executive director can be either a whole-time director of the company or a managing director. So executive director, he may be like a whole-time director or managing director, but non-executive director is a director who is neither a whole-time director nor a managing director. So he will not like a whole-time director and a managing director. So executive director is called either whole-time director of the managing director, but non-executive director, he will not like that. He will not like a whole-time director and a managing director. I hope you all understood this topic. We will see the next section. Thank you.